Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So I have a bold statement to make for you this morning. Trying to live without fear is bullshit. And whoever is telling you in your life that you should be fearless is lying to you. Fear is part of our organizing principle system of emotions. We have it for a reason. It was given to us as a tool, as a very valuable tool, I might add, for a reason. Having fear helps us survive. And when you sit there and you are told over and over that you should be fearless, jump into something and not have any fear in the process, people are not being accurate with you and they are pushing you into something that is virtually impossible to do. Because, as I said, fear is part of your emotional hardwiring system. So, is that a bad thing? No, it's actually a very good thing. It stops us from doing stupid things. It stops us from jumping off of a cliff and into the water down below because we can't see how deep it is. So if we didn't have fear in our system, we might just take that leap and then end up very hurt. It also stops us from driving without a seatbelt on. It helps us to understand not to put a towel, a hand towel on a stove where we've got a pot and an open flame. Stand too close to a grill. Because we have fear, it saves us a lot of aggravation. Some of us has more fear than others. And just like most emotions, whenever there's too much of something, it's never a good thing. So the real crux of this is, why am I bringing this up? Because I've had quite a few clients that I've worked with lately who have been listening to some stuff that's going on out there about being fearless. And I always laugh every time this comes up because I'm like, no, it's impossible. You will never be completely fearless where you're just operating without that. You have to have it. And accepting the fact that you have it in your system, like if any of you follow me and have ever read Who's Driving Your Bus, this is part of that. I tell you, all those emotions that are on your bus cannot be removed. They are on your bus permanently. They are there. You don't have to access them all the time, but they are there for a reason so that when you need them, you can call upon them. And this is no different. But there's a big push for people to do things, especially when you're in a sales course and they say, be fearless, jump into it. And it really irritates the hell out of me because it's not reasonable to shame somebody into something because you want the result on the other side. So what is reasonable is to explain, sure, this is going to be a thing that you're going to experience in the process. You're going to feel fear. It's going to feel uncomfortable. And it's okay to go push through it and do it anyway. That's reasonable. It is not reasonable to tell someone you should be fearless because then they feel less than when they can't do it. So I'm telling you all right now, without question, you can move through fear because you can recognize it. Fear shows up, you feel it, you say to yourself, wait, let me pause. What is this trying to teach me right now? Remember, stop, reflect, choose, redirect from the bus book. So you stop. Okay, what is this supposed to teach me right now? Well, if I'm a little bit in a state of fear, it's probably teaching me that I'm maybe not prepared. I haven't done this before. This is a new thing. Okay, great. So if I reflect and I say, what's a better driver than fear right now? Well, I can put confidence in the seat. I can say, if I was confident, how would I show up to do this task? And then confidence will answer the question, and then you can reflect on how that's going to move you forward. You can choose that if that's the right one, or choose a different one, and then you can redirect yourself and go through the process. That is the essential way to do this. When you stay stuck and you loop around the fact that you feel shame around feeling fear, you will not move. And I don't want anyone to put themselves into a place of feeling less than because they're in a state of fear. It's okay. Everyone's afraid. I have days when I'm afraid. Listen, when I first got my chickens, I was afraid. I didn't know how to take care of them all the right way. I hadn't done it in so many years. I was afraid I was going to kill all these baby chicks. I was afraid I didn't know what they were going to need or how it's going to happen. We all have fear. We all have fear throughout our day. Any little thing can happen, and it's okay because it's part of our hardwiring. It's part of who we are, and it's part of what makes us, be able to survive. So no shame in this. Nothing to focus on about that, other than working yourself to know what am I supposed to take away from this, and then directing yourself through it. But don't worry about the fact that you're not fearless. That means you're safe and you're normal, and that's okay, and you can move yourself through it. So I hope you guys have an excellent day. I hope you have a fabulous time redirecting yourself, and I will see you all tomorrow.